Now, how much did networking play a part into everything that you had going on? Because you got to know people, especially to throw events.
So, no, it's crazy because every single person that I ever met heard about the event and they just popped out. So, all the celebrities I met, all the super lit Chicago artists, like every PR, every A&R, every record label that ever popped out, it was because they heard about it and they came out. They probably walked in, seen me, didn't even know that I was the person throwing the shit. So I'm just like, they were like, oh, such and such is in here. And, you're supposed to, like, automatically shout these people out when they're in there because it's just, like, being cordial. And then I'll just, like, introduce myself. Oh, my God, thank you so much for coming out, because I'd still legitimately be a fan because I didn't know they were coming.
Right.
And then it just goes from there. Like, they'll try to get my information afterwards or just move up like that.
Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I ain't know you was just plugged in. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I say, I just know the Instagram. And I saw you was throwing an event, and I'm like, man, she's a black woman doing something. I want her on my podcast. That was literally the only reason I reached out to you, because I saw you doing something. You was a black woman, and it's so much negativity going on in the city. I just want to highlight people that's doing something. Like you say, you helping people regardless of how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to open your showcase up to 40 artists. Yeah. I've been a part of something like that, and I know how hectic it is just to get all those people on stage, get all those songs played. Hey, bro, you got to keep it down to 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they drop another song, so I understand how it goes.
Yeah. And it'd be hilarious because, like, I always feel comfortable when Mal out there because he packs a major punch. Like, he will cut your music off. Like, if it gets too, like, or if he sees me getting frustrated, like, he'll cut it off. So I be like, they keep it, and people want to respect it because they want to come back. I didn't even know when I started. I've been doing it for 4 years now. I didn't know when it started that it was going to go this far. And then when we started skipping states, because, the pandemic was happening, we didn't have any venues here to really do anything, and I, like, pride my shows off of doing them, downtown in a place where everybody can go and feel, like, ultimately safe. With all the stuff that's happened over the last year, like, we can't just say that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, all the different races feel like they can come out and it's a mutual place. So that's why I do my stuff, like, downtown in the city. I won't go south with it. Right. So when I couldn't do it downtown, I just wasn't doing nothing here. So then we skipped to St. Louis. We went to Atlanta. We went to Vegas. And, like, all my shows was equally as lit. Like, it was crazy. I don't even know how I did that.
What are those not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But what are those moments like when you actually in another state throwing an event and you still packing out the house? It's still busting.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That shit just feel crazy. I don't know. We be on a high after that. Like, everybody would think that we would throw a show and go home or go out, like, afterwards and try to, like, party. Like, we be throwing the shows and going back to the room and chilling because it just be like...
Y'all celebrating that night.
Not even celebrating. We be going to bed. But it really be like...
So y'all just do this. That's
what
y'all
like,
do.
We really just do this. I feel like when you put your energy in the right place, like, you just do it. We was in St. Louis. We threw a successful show. I had got an Airbnb for everybody, so, like, the DJs was there, my assistant was there, my best friend was there, my stylist was there. Like, we all just came back and went to sleep, and we was all separate. Just everybody was on the same frequency. Like, we was tired, So, yeah, we just, I don't know. We just do this. I think in the other states, though, it feels like the best, because then I realize that my reach with artists is, like, pretty long.
What's one of those moments that you had to sit back and be like, damn, shit?
When we was in Vegas, I could, like, that shit was crazy because we wound up, see, what I'll do is when I go to another state, I'll book so many Chicago artists, and then I'll make sure from association that I get my hands on so many artists from the state that we're going to.
Right.
And I'll stack the lineup, So then I go out there, and, the artists from out there, they'll do it because they can go to my page and see that we really do this. So it's not you know what I mean? And then they hear that a bunch of Chicago people are coming out there. People fuck with Chicago.
Thanks.
So they already be on board. So I use my networking. The same thing I do is a formula. Like, it's not about who you are. It's literally a formula. I use the same formula here in the other states, and it works. I just have to switch up the demographic of artists.
It sounds like you need to have you a master class. You need to charge some people for your juice.
You know what though? Sometimes like when you do it first, ain't nobody gonna be able to do it the same way as you. So I'm gonna do it to the T, you know, and then I will, you know, I do work with people. Like I don't like making money off people. So people be like, Rachel, can I throw a show with you? I power events for people, literally. Swear to God, you can ask like any artist. If you go to my page and look at any event that I powered, not that I presented, but I powered. So it might be like somebody got a mixtape release for themselves, and Lucky One powers it. I pay my whole team to come out, and I allow that person to keep whatever money from their door, like whatever they pay for their venue, like all that stuff, just to say that I helped them put it on.
Yeah. What? Explain the power behind it of just being a helpful person, because a lot of people won't help you just because they think you gonna eclipse them one day. So what's the power behind helping people?
Because some people help you in intent of getting something down the line. Like, it ain't about that for me. Like, I'm helping you because it is helping me right now.
Thanks.
Like, so for you to be like, oh, Lucky One did this, you making my name float around. That's enough. I don't need any money from you. Yeah. Because your event is going to be, like, I ain't trying to treat nobody, but in the long term, like, your event might be a one event. My shit is old and long. Yeah. And gonna keep coming because you help my name still float. Somebody else gonna want me to do the same thing.